Probably fine.
All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Been on a hiatus, but we're happy to be back talking football, college football, and NFL. Hope everyone's been doing well past couple weeks. Not a whole lot of movement in the college football realm past couple weeks. NFL, some surprising teams coming out and some surprising teams not doing so well. So we'll get to all of that. We'll give an update on how our standings are going for college and NFL, and obviously we'll get to our picks at the end. So Michael, Zach, how you guys been doing?
Good. College football this year is crazy. I do have a few notes. First off, I want to say Joel Klatt's reasoning for ranking Michigan above Georgia is so fucking stupid. It's beyond me. Okay,
What was the reasoning?
he said because Georgia played like shit 2 weeks in a row, Michigan went on the road and beat a good Iowa team. First off, Iowa's not good. I was not good. Let's get that out of the way. Should Georgia play better? Yes, they looked like shit the last 2 weeks. But let's not forget, Georgia did beat an Oregon team that people are saying is a top 15 by 100. By 100. So, let's not act like that game didn't happen. And let's stop acting like Iowa's a good football team. I don't care if it's at home, on the road. Iowa's not a good football team this year. Secondly, I have to laugh at all the Notre Dame fans that were mocking LSU when they lost to Florida State and cheering harder for LSU to lose when, in reality, their team fucking lost to Ohio State also. LSU's pretty fucking good. And right now they're 4-1 or whatever. Notre Dame's fucking 2-2. This weekend's a huge weekend for Notre Dame. 3-2 or 2-3 really changes their whole season. Speaking of Notre Dame, if Drew Pine wins this weekend, everyone can fucking admit that they made the awful decision to start Ty Buckner over Drew Pine. Drew Pine will be 3-0. Ty Buckner will be 0-2. And don't give me shit about offense or the blah, 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 this or that. They lost to fucking Marshall with fucking Ty Buckner as their starting quarterback, okay? Marshall. All three teams, if Drew Pine wins if Drew Pine wins this weekend, all three teams that Drew Pine started against would all beat fucking Marshall. So don't give me that shit. All right. Now,
Michael's mad.
The last thing, I am mad because fucking this is so stupid. I get Vegas knows I've been horrible in college football this year. But how is Kansas underdogs every fucking week?
And they're undefeated spread.
Every single week they're underdogs. It's you almost have to take them because if that's a game I will be okay if they lose. I am okay. They're winning.
You would feel way worse betting against them at this point now that they're 5-0.
If I took TCU and Kansas wins by 10, I'd be I am so fucking stupid. They keep giving you points too. It's insane to me. And also AP rankings continue to fucking be so pointless, and they should not have a say in ranking. And the college football playoffs gets paid millions and millions of fucking dollars. They could fucking start working after week two. Oh, and my last thought is I hope Nebraska wins the Big Ten West, but they probably won't. But honestly, it'd be fucking awesome if they won the Big Ten West. Secondly is IU is so fucking bad, and the fact that that Tom Allen got a fucking extension.
It's because his
buddy retired right after he gave him an extension. Fucking gave Tom Allen an extension, retires. They're so fucking bad, and they're lucky they have. They're lucky they have 3 wins.
Why are we talking about IU?
Because I know there's whatever our viewers are, maybe half of them at least follow IU football. So it's hilarious to me. Tom Allen fucking blows, and IU actually had some momentum in football, and he's ruined it all.
Respect Tom Allen.
I'm not respecting a fucking high school football coach and then college football world. I'm not respecting him. No, he's horrible. Horrible.
I mean, to be fair, it's still IU. In that 8-4 COVID year, it shouldn't be propping them up on some kind of pedestal of we should be making a bowl game every year either. So, I mean, I don't know where the expectation's coming from.
They might go 3-9 though.
I literally said that. Mark this down. If we would have had a pod after the third week, I would have said on here too. they played so poorly in the first 3 games.
They did.
And barely scraped away Idaho and fucking Western Kentucky in overtime. And I literally turned to my friend who went to IU with me. I was like, I think that's going to be the last game we win this whole season.
I don't disagree with that, but it's also like they weren't good last year. So you're going 2 straight horrible fucking years. Like, you got at some point you have to like actually win 6 games. Like, because like this is the year that you can win 6 games because you got to play Nebraska. Nebraska's fucking awful. You lost to them. You get to play Michigan State this year is down. Like, yeah, you have to play Penn State, Ohio State, and Michigan. Yeah, 3 losses. I'm not counting those games. But like Rutgers isn't good. Nebraska's not good. You got to play Illinois, who's fucking awful. Then your other Cincinnati's good. I'll give you that one. But your other 2 non-conference games were to fucking School of the Blind and School of the Deaf, and you fucking were able to barely beat those 2 teams. So it's like 6 wins shouldn't be that out of the ordinary. Everyone was so excited to fucking ship Penix off. Their quarterback fucking sucks. He is horrible. And Penix
I haven't watched that. Who is their quarterback?
I have no clue. I don't know.
It's like Blaze Tech or Blaze Ket or something like that.
He's fucking terrible.
He's very
bad. Out there. Penix is like the fucking best quarterback in the country. Not really, but like he's playing fucking well. He's playing very well. But that is my thing about IU football. We don't have to get too much because they suck. My other thing is fucking all these people are like comparing Paul Chryst' record to Jim Harbaugh's record. I get it. Paul Chryst had good records. He was good. But let's not forget last year Wisconsin was a top 15 preseason ranked team. They finished 8-4. That's not good. And we're talking about it on a division. The Big Ten West is maybe the worst division in all of the Power 5. Probably not as bad as the Pac-12 one. That's horrible. But like the Big Ten West is maybe the second worst division in all of Power 5 football. So when you go 8-4 in the Big Ten West, that's a bad year, especially when you're Wisconsin, you're preseason 15. Then you turn around this year and you have looked fucking awful. You were trending downwards. Okay? Everyone compares his record to Harbaugh. Harbaugh went to the fucking playoffs last year. He's trending upwards. There's a fucking huge difference. He's trending upwards. He's trending downwards. Paul Chryst should have been fired. Wisconsin football is going downhill right now. And credit to whoever their AD is for seeing that. Now, it's not like a
they
thing
also
of like
got housed. They got housed by Illinois, like housed.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, it's like not like it was.
You should never lose to Illinois at all.
They had 3 rushing yards. Wisconsin had 3 rushing yards. Yeah. Like, it was crazy to me. And my last thing is Alabama is, like, they just fucking plug and play. It's absurd. Like, they put this backup quarterback in who you're like, oh, finally, we get a backup quarterback. We just benched or hurt the fucking Heisman Trophy winner. This guy fucking outruns DBs for 90 yards. Like, that's just unfair.
Is he a freshman, the backup?
I don't know if he's a freshman or a redshirt freshman, one of them. Also, what's this praise with Ohio State? Have they really looked that great? Like, that much better than everyone else?
I mean,
it's still kind of.
They haven't played anybody.
But, like, they struggled with Notre Dame. Notre Dame's 2-2.
But to be fair, like, they've blown out everyone.
They beat Notre Dame by 11.
And I think it's the week. It's also week 1. If they would have beaten Notre Dame the way they did, and it was last week, I think there'd be a bigger case for like, okay, like why are we propping up Ohio State? But like, I think there's a little bit of wiggle room on the week 1 performances, I suppose. Just
they haven't played a road game.
Right. I was just saying the Notre Dame game specifically, if we're going to use that as comparison.
I know, but I'm saying like
they don't have a good game on their schedule until they play Michigan.
Like, they go to Michigan State this weekend. Michigan State fucking blows, but at least they're playing on the road. Like, yeah. But I just think it's crazy how, like, I keep seeing these analysts who are like, Ohio State's clearly the number 1 team. How? Yeah, Why?
I would never say that.
I think it's just a media move to keep the Big Ten relevant. Like, I don't think they actually believe it.
The Big Ten is not good.
I don't think probably at least 60-70% of those analysts that say that actually believe what they're saying. They just have to keep college football balanced for relevancy reasons because people are not watching college football as much as they used to because it's so top heavy.
But also to that point, like, why preseason rankings fucking blow is like, so Auburn was ranked when Penn State played them. Penn State beat the shit out of them. Credit Penn State. But like, Penn State went from like 22nd to 8th for beating Auburn. Auburn's fucking horrible. So, like, you shouldn't get credit for winning that game.
Yeah, Ohio State plays Penn State, don't they?
Yeah, they do. They just have to play Penn State and Michigan. Like, Penn State and Michigan will be tough. I'm not disagreeing with those. But, like, I just like these – and it's not just the Big Ten. There's, like – who was it? Baylor. Baylor has 2 losses now. BYU beat Baylor, and everyone freaked out. It was like, oh, BYU has a legit chance to make the playoffs. Then they go on the road and lose to Oregon. It wasn't even a close game. It's like, yeah, Baylor's not that good this year, but they won the Big 12, and everyone in the media had them ranked higher and all this shit. They lose at home to Oklahoma State by double digits. They go to BYU and lose. So it's like preseason rankings are just so fucking stupid.
Yeah, Baylor's a fun team. They're kind of similar to some of the NFL teams we'll talk later. Like, they're a fun team. I enjoy watching Baylor football games, but they're not.
I agree with that, but like they weren't number 9 or number 8 in the country.
Right. I agree with the preseason ranking once you extend the playoff, it gives them a good like opportunity just to do away with it. Just say, hey, we're gonna wait till November 1st until we start.
I feel like they do preseason rankings though because it brings in hype to the new season.
Yeah. I understand the marketing side.
No, I don't like preseason rankings are always going to be a thing. I'm saying the playoff committee needs to rank teams way earlier because they let these rankings that are the AP poll affect where they put teams so much, and like that is a problem. Like I guarantee after week 1, the committee doesn't view all of these teams like the AP poll might have because the AP poll thought these people should be ranked and stuff, right? So like Utah, everyone is having them ranked high still. Like losing at Florida is not a great loss. It's not a bad loss, but like everyone propped up Florida and they might finish the year 6-6, 7-5. So it's like the AP poll, I get it. It's so much buzz and whatnot. I think the playoff committee should start ranking teams earlier.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be a huge uphill battle and challenge for them, especially once this playoff gets extended to try to keep their biases out, one, and also keep the pressures of the AP poll out of their calculations.
I actually think it'll give them more leeway, though, because they'll be able to mess up once or twice and then kind of get it right by, like, the last week because there's so many more teams. You know what I mean? Like, it won't be
I wasn't necessarily talking about the mess up because they're extending it to what, 12?
Yeah.
So I'm not necessarily saying, like, the mess up between, like, 11, 12, 13, 14, but, like, the seeding inside of 10 where you're determining the teams that get home field advantage.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it'll be interesting. College football, man. It's this weekend's actually going to be a really exciting weekend, and like there's a bunch of ranked teams. And Oklahoma, Texas isn't even one of the ranked games, but I think Texas, like people keep complaining about them, but like let's not forget, like Quinn Ewers doesn't get hurt, they beat Bama. So it's like they went on the road, lost in overtime to Texas Tech. Texas Tech is not like a terrible football team. Also, with their backup quarterback. And so, like, Texas is pretty good. Oklahoma, man. Brett Venables fucking needs to just shut his mouth and fucking coach. Holy shit. What a moron. Now I get why he didn't want to fucking be a head coach ever. He's got to go to the SEC now with that shit. He's going to get his fucking doors blown off.
It's going to be like Texas A&M 2.0 right there.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, we haven't even talked about Jimbo. Jimbo and Mel Tucker just fleecing the fucking world. Like, at least Jimbo won a national title at Florida State. Like, it's like, okay, at least he's been there. Mel Tucker went to one fucking New Year's Six bowl game, gets a $100 million contract, and he's fucking horrible.
I saw someone who was like, it was just like Mel Tucker got $95 million just by handing the ball off to Kenneth Walker 40 times a game.
Dude, he did. And honestly, like, if Michigan plays Michigan State last year 10 times, Michigan beat Michigan State 9. And the one time Michigan State wins is the game that they played. But, like, that's what's crazy is, like, you know, you see these schools who overreact to something like that, and it's like now they're stuck. Like, maybe
it reminds me of, like, when Notre Dame gave that fat contract to Charlie Weiss after that first year.
I disagree. I think it's even – they gave it to him after his third year when he went to 2 BCS bowl games.
Yeah,
and on top of that, his isn't even looking that bad compared to all these other contracts now.
Oh, yeah. Well, the money was way different back then, though, too.
Right. But, like, you're telling me, like, they freaked out about Mel Tucker, and it's like, Michigan State was supposed to be good this year. They returned a lot of guys. Like, they really lost, like, Kenneth Walker, and that's it. And, like, but, like, they're supposed to be good, and they're fucking horrible. They still have to play Penn State, Ohio State, and Michigan.
Yeah.
If they lose to those three and win out, they're 6-6.
Yeah.
You just paid a guy $10 million a year to go 6-6 with a team that's supposed to be good. And then Jimbo, I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. Like, someone made a really good point. He runs the same offense that worked in, like, 2009. And, like, everyone knows his offense now. So it's, like, not that hard for him to stop. And, like, I don't know if you guys saw his interview, but, like, he essentially, like, just blamed the players.
Yeah, I did see. He blamed all, like, I didn't see the interview, but I saw, like, snippets of him. Like, he, like, took no accountability. He was just like,
none.
The player, like, he's like, the player's got to perform with the play calling. It's like, dude,
he said the play. Yeah, he's like, the plays are there. Like, dude, fucking horrible.
And, you know, with how long, like, media's been a big part of sports itself, like in the sport industry.
Yeah.
There's basically a fucking cheat sheet on how to answer 90% of the questions you get at these post-game, pre-game conferences and interviews. Like, just use the fucking cheat sheet. Like, don't tell the truth.
Not even that, but, like, if he just says, I got to be better, no one says a word.
No one cares.
They move on to the next question. Ever, especially in college football, ever put it on the players.
Yeah,
like,
especially in college football.
That's the quickest way to lose your players.
For sure.
Like, in the NFL, it's different because players will take accountability because they're professionals. But a college 18-year-old, like, you can't blame an 18-year-old, like, kid for messing something up.
He can't even make peanut butter jelly with, like, the right fucking ratio. Like, that get a break.
That, and, like, you know, like, I know it's Texas A&M and people like, they don't go to school, but, like, they still technically are students and stuff. Right. Like, they still have to go to, like, it's not.
They got to do the minimum.
Like, right. Like, they at least have to do the minimum. Like, I don't know, maybe have a tutor write their paper, then they have to turn in. But, like, they still technically are students and stuff. It's not like the NFL where, like, all you do is practice because that's your job. That's all you do. So it's like blaming, like, these kids, like, Jimbo, you're a fucking idiot. You haven't had success in a while. So, like, let's not blame kids.
What's his most A&M the year they were number 5 in the playoff? But they have 11 that year.
What year is that?
That was when Notre Dame got in over them.
Yeah, the COVID year he ended up.
They 11-1 that year.
I think so, but no, I think they were 10-2. I think they were 10-2.
Okay.
But the COVID year they won the Orange Bowl.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just these schools are throwing this money around, and it's crazy. Ryan, who decides working out with females is more important than anything, but he's not here. But his 2, like, huge predictions, which one this weekend helped him out a lot, was Purdue to win the Big Ten West. Before this weekend, I would have told you you're fucking crazy if you still think that's a shot. Now, honestly, they already beat Minnesota. They have as good a chance as anyone, honestly. Yeah. Like, they really do. And they have to play IU as one of their crossover games, who fucking blows, and they play Maryland. So it's like they don't have to play Ohio State.
The Oaken Bucket!
They don't have to play Ohio State or Michigan. But then his other one is he thought Miami was easily going to run away with the ACC, whatever part they're in. Miami fucking blows also. So,
yeah, they have not looked good. I think they'll be fine, though, in time. I mean, this is still the first year with Cristobal.
Yeah, but did you see that thing, like, of the Oregon team that one year? I think it was the year that they lost the Rose Bowl. Or no, they beat Wisconsin barely in the Rose Bowl. It was like Herbert. Yeah, it was the year they lost to Auburn that year to start off the year. Their fucking team was nasty. Like,
oh yeah, it was loaded.
Should have never even, like, I don't think Cristobal.
They lost on the boat, like Bo Nix's first career game at Auburn.
Yeah, like I don't think Cristobal's as good a coach as people think. Like, I think he's good. I think Miami will be better because I think he'll get recruits there, but, like, I don't think he's that great of a coach. But also, speaking back to Jimbo, like, fucking you mess with the bull, you get the horns. Like, stay out of fucking Saban's lane, you cocksucker. Look what fucking happened.
It's because A&M can't play the thing. It's like, oh, we don't get any recruits, dude. They have been getting their recruiting classes past year was probably the best in recruiting history.
Yeah, but it's not like this is the first year they've gotten. They've been a top 10 class like the past like
every year. They're like top 5 every year.
Right. So it's like at this point you should be fucking winning football games.
Yeah. No, I agree.
But I know I've been ranting a lot. That's all I got.
It's all good. You anything else, Zach?
Nah. I didn't get to watch football this past week because I had to work, so I didn't get to see a lot of the games.
Yeah, I was on wedding mode this past Saturday, so caught what I could. We got to the after party bar to watch the end of the Missouri-Georgia game, which
I saw the false start that should have been called in that game. Did you guys see that?
I only saw like the
last
So it was the touchdown when they were still down like 10 or something. The offensive lineman for Georgia clearly like false started and it wasn't called and they scored on that play. And then they obviously ended up winning, but that was a pretty bad call. I mean, props to Missouri. That would have broke college football if they would have beat Georgia.
Speaking of that, well, yeah, because then Georgia can't lose to Bama in the SEC championship. Yeah. Like then that would knock them out. Speaking of that, though, so you remember when fucking the refs messed up the Cal Notre Dame field goal?
Yes.
Okay, they suspended that ref, which I give props to the ACC because no one ever fucking does that shit. But when you fuck up that badly with those kind of plays, you should get suspended. Like fuck off. Like this is your job. They should suspend that SEC ref.
No, I agree. Officiating anymore, like in any sport, college football, NFL, basketball, baseball, like these guys aren't held accountable and they make a lot of money, like 6-figure jobs to call a sports game. Like MLB umpires, like it's so hard to get there. Those guys make like $350 a fucking year. And you can't call a fucking strike or they do call a strike when it's 5 inches off the fucking plate, and it's like, are you blind? Like, what are you doing?
NFL refs, most of them make close to $500,000. Like, there's a lot of fucking money.
Like, there's a lot of money to be made, and like, they ruin a lot of stuff. Like, a lot.
It's like too much money. Like, think about how many mistakes they make.
Yeah.
And like, how many mistakes? If you made that many mistakes at your job, you'd be out in like a week. Yeah, so like it's like many.
The thing is, like these guys can eat. I think I don't care what anybody says. Refs still fucking bet on fucking games. There's no way they don't. They can alter games.
Yeah, I mean, there are some times where you're watching a game where you're just like, these guys can't be serious. Like
except for outside of Angel Hernandez for the MLB, like that guy. The fact that he still gets to like do MLB games is like a true travesty to the sport because that guy is a joke.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of guys like that in like Bo Borowski in the Big Ten basketball is so fucking bad. He's done though.
Who's the ref that always is like
Valentine, Teddy Valentine.
Yeah, that guy sucks.
Yeah, but what game are you looking forward to most this weekend?
I'm looking forward to. That's what I was gonna say. God damn it,
dude! TCU,
Kansas has 5 wins. It's their most wins in I think like 13 or 14 years. They're ranked. You got a ranked opponent.
Game day.
I think that's got to. Is it game day?
Yeah,
it's for sure. Okay. No, I mean I just think that's awesome that like Kansas is ranked and playing another. And TCU just housed Oklahoma. I mean, absolutely housed them.
Yeah, fucking game day finally made. I mean, last weekend though, like I don't blame them. Like NC State's pretty good. Clemson, that's top 10 matchup. Like you should go there. This is like the perfect weekend. I thought I was gonna be pissed if they would have went to Oklahoma, Texas. Like fuck that, dude. I don't give a shit. This is what you saw App State. How cool that was. That's how you fucking get back college football stuff like that. How like, you go to these
game was even wilder.
What?
How like App State won that game,
right?
Yeah,
Hail Mary walk off.
But like Fox is doing that bullshit. Everyone complains about college game day. Fox will only go to the game that's on at noon. Last week it was
right. Their big Fox noon game.
Yeah. It was Maryland at Michigan 2 weeks ago. Then it was Michigan at fucking Iowa, and then this week it is Michigan at IU. Like, what the fuck are you doing, Fox? You know who also plays on Fox Sports 1 this weekend? TCU and Kansas. Why the fuck are you not there?
They play at noon or play at like 3:30?
They play at 11.
Oh, that's even weirder.
But they will only go to their Fox Big Noon kickoff game,
yes.
Which I get, but like they have that set in stone like almost before the season starts.
There's
so
probably
like
contract that they do that shit.
But you're risking because sometimes they'll go differently.
Oh, okay.
But it's like you're risking a lot because like you're banking on IU to be like 4-1 by the time Michigan goes there. You're banking on Maryland to still be undefeated when they go to. So it's I don't know. It's just tough for me to be
the
like.
The Maryland Michigan game wasn't bad though.
No, it wasn't. But like, there's probably a better.
There's other games you can do.
Okay, next weekend, you know where they're going? Penn State at Michigan. That's 4 straight weeks they're going to a Michigan game.
That's gross. I've seen enough of Blake Corum running up on people.
Fucking wild. But I would agree with you guys. I think it's just Kansas. Like, I want to see if they can still win. Now they're getting to like the thick of like their schedule, like 1 win away from bowl eligible. The greatest college coaching job ever, honestly, like ever. Kansas was the laughing stock of college football. Like the laughing stock.
Oh yeah, more than Vanderbilt.
They still have a
they were
New Year's 6 win than Notre Dame though.
They do. They do.
They won an Orange Bowl over Vatech.
All right, let's get into our cards then.
All right, before we get into the cards, I will give a quick little rundown on everyone's standings so far this year. So I won't even worry about last week. I'll just catch you guys all up to where we are through 5 weeks. I finally won a fucking do or die. Yay. I'm not 0-5. But anyways, the standings right now, Ryan is fucking killing it. Even though he's a bitch for not being here.
Yeah, which makes it even more of a joke.
So Ryan's karma is going to be going over. So I would fade all Ryan's picks this week. We don't have them yet, but check out our Twitter. Give us a follow. They'll be up. That'll be on Victory Lap Bets. So Ryan is plus 9.31. He's 33-23. I am 22-20, barely over even at 0.15 units. Zach 26-1, minus 8.2 units.
Yeah.
Michael, I will spare you, and Michael is 14-31.
Awful, boys. I'm on a 2-game losing streak, right?
Yeah. So Michael and Ryan. So that'll be Ryan's karma.
Well, we know Ryan won't do his do or die anyways if we tell him.
So Ryan's karma for missing the podcast today will be he will lose his do or die. So everyone fade his do or die bet. So let's get to the picks. Week 6. I'm feeling it. I'm just sitting right in the middle. I have nothing, both this and fucking NFL. So might as well go for it. So I'll go through mine real quick. We'll do our do or dies at the end. I got Duke over 54. They're playing Georgia Tech. The line's kind of stinky, so I think there's going to be a lot of points. Maryland -3. I'm taking the Hoosiers at home. Fuck it. Plus 23 points. I faded them when they played Cincinnati, so I'm kind of just bouncing back and forth, zigzag mode. NC State -3, coming off tough loss to Clemson. I am going to take TCU -7. I think everyone's going to absolutely be.
Wow.
I think everyone's actually going to be betting Kansas this week, so it's my turn to just fade the public, and I think TCU is actually pretty solid. So
you just hate underdogs, which is crazy because you cheer for the IU Hoosiers.
It's fair,
bro. I gave them money. I have to. I get to.
Everything IU claims, Kansas is just a little better at.
Good.
Oh, we're a basketball school.
We have more championships.
Kansas just won a title. Oh, our football team's back. More fucking buzz around Kansas football than ever IU.
All right, Florida -11. Iowa State at home. I'm taking them plus 2.5. I don't know what's up with that line. I'm basically fading the trap. Stanford +7, and then my do or die.
Dude, have you watched Stanford?
Yeah, I know.
They're bad.
I know, but these lines are so stinky. I want to
talk about a guy who's over fucking paid. David fucking Shaw.
I'm playing against the trap.
All right.
What do you guys got?
You go, Zach.
All right. I got Michigan -23 versus the Hoosiers.
Fuck you.
I got Tennessee. That's kind of weird. Kind of into it. Kind of kinky. Tennessee -3 versus LSU. Kansas +7 versus TCU. Take that, Nagy. Ohio State, Michigan State over 65. UNC Miami over 66. Ole Miss -17 versus Vandy. Duke -3 versus Georgia Tech. BYU +3.5 and BYU money line against the Irish. And then I got my do or die.
Oh, you're going against the Irish?
Yeah.
Bold. Some of these lines might be a little off when we tweet them. I will make sure you guys get the real lines when I send my picks. I have tonight. Will it count if I say Central Florida -3 right now?
Yeah, it's fine.
That's fine.
Okay. Central Florida -3. SMU. This is going to be a new thing in college football, boys. Their wide receivers and all their DBs are now sitting out the rest of the year because tonight will be their 5th game. If they play 5 games, they cannot transfer red shirt rule kind of thing. So they can't red shirt or do whatever. I don't know the exact rule, but they're now sitting out the rest of the year and they're going to transfer. I think that'll be a new thing in college football with kind of teams like SMU, programs like that. I got Nebraska -3. I think I'm just going to ride them with the Big Ten West Championship. They're probably going to get beat though, but I have Houston +3, Houston moneyline +126. I don't think Houston's good. They're not good at all, honestly. But Memphis played Temple and barely beat them, and Temple might be the worst team in college football. I then have Purdue Boilermakers +3.5. They went on the road, beat Minnesota last week, and they're getting healthier each week. They didn't have their first 2 running backs, and they started a true freshman walk-on who ran for 100 yards last week. So I think each week that they get healthier, each week they'll be better. I'm going to take a money line too, +132. I am going to take Kansas +7. Fuck you, Nagy. Kansas money line +220. You might as well. I am going to also take, where was it? Also, shout out Ball State coming back last week. Huge win.
They did.
I'm going to take UCLA +3.5. UCLA money line +146. I'm going to take Miami -3. I'm going to take. You gave the over in the Ohio State Michigan State game, Zach?
Yeah, I got 65.
65. I like that too. I'm gonna go. These are a lot of shit lines though. I'm gonna go Notre Dame -3.5. I'm gonna go Iowa State +2.
That game makes no sense. That line.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
I'm going to go NC State -3. I think NC State's pretty good. I think Florida State's not bad, but they did they should have got beat by way more against Wake at home. You know what? I'm going to ride with you. Stanford +7. Oregon State's probably going to win the game, but this is everyone.
I like the under in that game, but I'm going to wait.
Everyone is talking shit about David Shaw. It's finally you kind of got to coach one time, Shaw. You're getting paid $10 million a fucking year, and then I'll have my do or die.
All right, my do or die. We have about a minute 15 left. So my do or die is Wake Forest at home -17 against Army.
Ooh, I like that. I got USC -13 against Washington State.
All those Army games, though, they're tough, though, because if Wake Forest punts twice, that's a whole quarter off the board.
I was betting Army at the beginning of the year, and it did not work out.
I was, too. I'm with you on that. Fuck Army. I agree with that.
Whoa.
I agree with that.
Hey, they're not in service yet.
All right, Michael's pick, real quick.
My do or die is Iowa State money line at home +102.
Awesome. All right, we're going to do the NFL episode this week on a separate video. So subscribe on YouTube, follow our Twitters. Thanks again for checking in. We'll see you on the next video.